Arsenal still has the same creative issues of last season. If you watch my videos, if you watch my channels, if you watch me anywhere, whether on TV, iPad, microwave, I don't care where you watch me. Anywhere you watch me, I've been consistent on 4 things about this Arsenal team. Number 1, they need a striker. They've gotten a striker. Number 2, they need a creative midfielder, another, attacking midfielder. Number 3, they need a left winger. And number 4, Arsenal has one of the best defenses in the world. I've said it that Arsenal's defense is not their problem. I've been saying like one of, if not, in fact, in the Premier League, they might have the best. I don't think anyone is better than them when it comes to be as a collective defense. Like, I think they consider the least goals. The clean sheets, all the stats are in their favor defensively. So defense is not their problem. Their defense is very good to go. One of Arsenal's main problem is their attack. Their attack is not dynamic enough. Their attack is not unpredictable. Arsenal's defense, Arsenal's offense sometimes is predictable. And that's why I always say that Arteta sometimes uses Saka as a bar soap. He will rub him out. Use every single nutrient in this boy. Sometimes you just give it to Saka and pray. Right wing. I've said it. I don't think Martinelli is good enough. Even Havertz, these are the 2 players I've been consistent. Many Arsenal fans say, how will I say Havertz? Not good enough. How will I say Martinelli? But it's what I'm seeing. That's why I've been saying Rafael Leao. That is why Eze is a priority signing for Arsenal. They should not treat it as a joke. In fact, it might be more important than the Gyökeres signing. Shoot me. It might be more important. Because what's the point of having a world-class striker if you can't create for him? Genuinely, I want to know what is the point? Today, the match versus Tottenham, it was at times boring. I was not excited at all. It was not open. And that's one thing about Arteta. I was just thinking today and I said, sometimes it feels like Arteta would rather not lose than go for the win. I don't know how to explain it to you. Sometimes, and a slot, I remember when we were playing against Fulham and we were losing to Fulham. And a slot, we had a red card. This guy subbed off Konate. He took one of our midfielders to centre back and brought on another attacker. So we had like 4 or 5 attackers on the pitch. Jota, Salah, Gakpo, and Diaz. I think they were all on the pitch at the same time. And then I think we still equalized in that game after going down how many times. So sometimes it's good to throw caution to the wind. Just let loose. Just express yourself. But I think sometimes Arteta is somewhat too rigid. Sometimes in his system. I don't think he's expressive enough. I don't think he gives players the freedom to express themselves enough. And in a way, it's somehow similar to Pep Guardiola. Although Pep is, at a higher level. But what Pep had that Arteta doesn't have is that Pep had some of the best playmakers in the world, some of the best passers in the world, some of the best creative minds in the world, from David Silva to Kevin De Bruyne. He had both of them that can open defenses, that can tear defenses, that can pick passes like Kevin De Bruyne, one of the greatest ever, arguably the greatest ever Premier League midfielder. Pep Guardiola had that as his disposal. And unfortunately for Arteta, he doesn't have this luxury. He doesn't have this privilege. His midfield is made up of Zubimendi, who is primarily a defensive player. Declan Rice, a box-to-box, an engine, very good at shooting, very good at set pieces. But his forte isn't breaking lines. His forte isn't giving that final pass. No. Nobody expects that from Declan Rice. Odegaard, who is expected for, I don't think Odegaard does it enough. I don't think he does it at a high enough level. That's what I've been saying, that for league title winning quality, for Champions League winning quality, I do think that they can upgrade on Odegaard or get another player that will be alongside Odegaard. I don't think Arsenal fans are ready to see Arsenal in their next season home kit or their away kit that you cannot get from the Adidas sticks or by clicking on link in my bio, or go to our official website by sending us or go to our official website by searching adicasticks.store on any of your browsers, or send us a message on WhatsApp with this phone number above. Delivery is worldwide. You can get anything single Arsenal jersey there, or the Tottenham kit, or any of the other kits that are available. Just go and shop. Look at this one I'm wearing. They're all available there. As I was saying, I don't think Arsenal fans are ready to watch Arsenal play like this again next season. I saw as many Arsenal fans were bitter. They were mad. Like, although it's preseason, they were angry at it. Eze has to come in, or Rodrigo, another creative mind. Even from the wings, Pep Guardiola had plenty of quality from the wings that could, like, they had many wicked players in between the lines. At his prime, Leroy Sané was a very wicked player within the lines. Even Gundogan. But, they don't have that. Arsenal, as I said, doesn't have that privilege. Look at Merino. Merino too, primarily, although this guy has become one of the best strikers in the world, primarily, Merino's work is defensive. You understand? And I think Havertz, it was expected of him because Havertz at Leverkusen was actually good at this stuff. But he hasn't been able to replicate that form. So you don't know whether Havertz is number 10 in number 9 or what exactly is Havertz. So I think that creative issue at Arsenal, it is a player problem and it is an Arteta problem too. I don't think Arteta is ready to sacrifice that assurance in their system. That, I don't know. Arsenal's system is very, very, when I use the word rigid, I don't mean it in a bad way. I just feel it is very compact. Like, they recycle possession so well. They are barely out of possession. You barely see them chasing a counter-attack, or you barely see them taking a massive risk. Everything is thought about. Everything is calculated. Everything is... But I think for football, to actually win trophies, you have to take risks. You have to take risks. That's one of the things that Hansi Flick is doing in Barcelona. High risk, high reward. Sometimes, and Slot does something in Liverpool, and I'm saying, is this guy crazy? When we're losing a game and he sees that, we have to win this game, this guy will do some crazy stuff and will come back and win. And at that time, one of the biggest plaudits that Arne Slot got last season was his work off the bench. His substitutions were world class. Most times, he'll substitute a striker on and the striker will score. So I think Mikel Arteta, in as much as the player quality is poor, I think sometimes he has to be less rigid. Is Arteta ready to sacrifice that compactness of his squad that he currently has at his disposal? Is he ready to sacrifice those things? Those are the questions. But aside from that, I think the Arsenal board has to get Arteta a creative midfielder, and then you can now criticize Arteta. I think the bigger problem here is the quality of players. The midfielders at their disposal. I was suggesting Xavi Simons for Barcelona. For Arsenal. Like, if you watch my videos, you know all these things I'm saying is facts. I've been very, very critical of the creative aspect of Arsenal. Because last season, I watched Arsenal rely on Odegaard over and over again. That is why I was saying one of the stubbornness of Arteta is the fact that he doesn't want to play Nwaneri enough. He subbed in all too long. Too late, I mean. He should have taken off Odegaard at halftime and brought on Nwaneri. What I've seen from Nwaneri this preseason has shown me that it can be a main part of Arsenal's solving their creative problems. That's how good this boy has been. A very, very good and a very, very bold young talent. He's not afraid to lose the ball. You need that from your attackers. That's one thing Lamine Yamal has. There's this young boy at Liverpool now, Riongo Moa, that we have. That boy, anytime you give him ball, he's ahead. He's not afraid to lose the ball. Max Dorman at Arsenal, he's not afraid to lose the ball. Ahead. But sometimes it's annoying when you see your attacking midfielder, he will run, turn back and pass. That's what Odegaard does a lot of time. I don't think Odegaard that I saw, was it 2 seasons ago that I thought was one of the best 10s in the league? I don't know, that has died down a little bit. I don't know whether it's Arteta's instructions or something like that. Sometimes it's not cross. No. Some churches don't even have the amount of crosses that Arsenal used to cross in one match. You understand? So it's not even me trying to banter or hate on Arsenal. No. It's just me seeing the problem I think they have. And there are 2 main problems now that I think will absolutely almost maybe even guarantee them the league in a way. That left winger position, they need to upgrade on it. Like, it's not a want, it's a need. It's a need. And they need another creative mind. And maybe the only way they can get that 2 in 1 is Eze. They sign Eze. He can start as a left winger, but obviously he'll be coming in. Somewhat as, the only example coming to me now is Jack Grealish. Think of Jack Grealish at, what's the name? Aston Villa. He started on the left, but he was mostly a creative player. If you can get an Aston Villa Jack Grealish to be very, very good for your team. I know right now people are looking at Jack Grealish as a joke man, but there's a reason why Man City paid £100 million for him. That's how good he was. Jack Grealish at Aston Villa was a monster. He was scary. So if you can get Eze, who is hopefully entering his prime at the age of 27, is an experienced player, I do think that you massively upgrade the level of Arsenal's creativity. This game versus Tottenham, especially in that first half, it was a very cagey affair until Raya and Miles Kelly chose to do their village people thing. The pass from Raya, then I don't know Miles Kelly. I don't even know where he was turning and going to. But I want to talk about Pape Batesa. Today, that boy, it was like a renaissance. His performance was a renaissance of Yaya Toure. He was reminding me of Yaya Toure today. That match, he was so good. The tackle on Saka, the tackle on another player, his ball carrying. Look, if you watched Pape Matesa last season, you know the ability of this boy and how far he can go. I loved the boy as a player. Very, very good player. My boy Mohamed Kudus, had a decent performance. I don't know how Richarlison. I don't know how Tottenham fans are even coping with Richarlison. But Thomas Frank has actually won his first North London derby. So that is a very, very good start for him. I think Tottenham will be good under him. I think he's a very good manager. What he did for many years with Brentford, keeping them in the Premier League. Not only keeping them in the Premier League, they were never in the relegation battle. They always finished at a very decent spot for a club of their size. So this is a very good manager that I think will elevate the level of Tottenham Hotspur. So back to Arsenal, which is the main bone of contention. It is preseason. It is time to experiment. It is time to see the little mistakes, the little gaps in your team. It is time to see, okay, this signing, we actually need to make it. But I don't think it is the time to overreact. That is from the fan base. Some things I'm seeing, yes, in as much as you lost to Tottenham and it's embarrassing. You never want to lose to Tottenham. They are city rivals. No matter the place, no matter the setting, no matter whether it's preseason, postseason, past season, anything, you do not want to lose to them. I fully and totally understand that. But then again, I do think that you guys should still calm down. You guys should still calm down as fans. But I think the board should be reacting to this by speeding. Like, the Eze talk should get serious. I don't know why the Eze talks have died down. I think the Eze signing can be as important as Gyökeres signing. Gyökeres did have a cameo off the bench. I don't think we can really make too much about that. I think by next game he should be starting. Havertz, first half, I don't think my thoughts just remain the same. I don't feel like I'm regurgitating the same thing, but let me not be like say I hit on the guy. Saliba solid as always. All the other players are solid. Look, I barely always have anything to say about Arsenal's defense because you barely see Arsenal's defense have problem. I just think the creativity from their midfield is not enough and their front line is not enough. So I think they should focus. Arsenal's best season for me was that 22-23 season. Arsenal was playing beautiful football. They were taking risks. Everybody was active. Gabriel Jesus. And remember that their preseason tour in it was USA now. That one that they beat Chelsea. Oh my God, Arsenal was playing football. Arsenal was playing like at that point. Arsenal was my best team to watch in the league. I used to say that time that was my best team to watch in the league. I think after many years with the project, and Arteta became more and more. I don't know. He just started locking up more and more and more. He lost that flair in him, And I think he should reignite it. It is. I think that's the only way he can win the title. Look at what Liverpool is doing. We know how important creative players are. That's why we have gone to drop a British record transfer money on Florian Wirtz, and we are still making more signings, still trying to get Isak, still trying to get Ekitike, because in as much as defensive we win your title, bro, you need to score goals. I don't think, I saw in the last 5 years, the team with the most goals in the league has won the league. And Liverpool had the most goals last year. Man City the year before, the year again, then Liverpool. You understand that kind of thing. So you need to score goals. So in any case, if Arsenal wants to score more goals, it's beyond Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres can only do so much. It's now waiting you feed Gyökeres, in go chop. Or now the utensils where you give Gyökeres to cook with, in go use our food. So yeah, that is it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I don't think Arsenal fans should overthink it. Please do make sure you like, subscribe, and share this content. And also, turn on your post notification bell so you know whenever we post. We're going close to 30,000 subscribers, and we're going to 100,000 subscribers this year. If you like that time, now you know. If you got to this point in this video, write SEN in the comment section and let me know your thoughts about this game on Arsenal. Let's know. Do you think Arsenal need to go and break the bank for that creative player, or you think I'm overreacting? Let me get your thoughts in this comment. Let me get your thoughts in the comment section now.